Hello guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Morisamo. Today it is gonna be the hardest challenge I have ever attempted. It is the Brawl Stars NUZLOCKE Impossible Edition. So why it is impossible? According to my new rules that I created, based on the idea and the attempt made by the famous YouTuber Kairos Time, I created this new one, way harder than the original idea and the original developed, because the rules are as follow. You can only play with brawlers level 1. Every brawler the new brawler that you unlock has to be played at level 1. You need to play with the brawler until you die with him or her, so you can't change in order to get more trophies easier and unlock more brawlers. No, you need to play a brawler, and until you die with him, you can change to another brawler. So the only way to continue with that brawler is to not die with him and to get first place. So yeah, this video took way too much time because you have to push every brawler. I think I unlocked a great quantity of them. I don't want to spoil you if I completed the challenge or not, but also another stuff. In order for you to complete the challenge, the Brawl Stars NUZLOCKE Challenge, Impossible Edition, you have to reach 2,000 trophies. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy it, and please make sure if you do it to subscribe and like because it helps so much the channel to continue getting more content and getting better at it. But you don't want to miss out on the end because how close I was to reaching that goal depends entirely on how good luck or bad luck I had with some brawlers. And also I would be telling you some tips and tricks if you wanted to try this new challenge also. Because by playing several days and hours, I analyzed the best ways to get it done, to get the challenge done, and to improve, by the way, playing with those brawlers. So yeah, let's get ready to brawl. So we're gonna be starting with Shelly, which is a starting brawler. She's one of the best brawlers in all of the game, but also at level 1, having her super, her damage, she's just way too good. And I'm gonna rename her as Shelly. So here is gonna go the first tip. You need to get as much power cubes as you can possibly do. And a thing that made it a bit easier, to be honest, is that from 0 to 150 trophies, you only play with bots. And you need to be reminded that you can die way too easy, and you need to play more careful, more safely sometimes. You need to play the better that you can, the best you can, but also be careful the most you can because it gets way too more difficult sometimes. And also got Nita for free by playing like 1 or 2 matches. You got her from the trophy road, and I'm gonna be renaming her as Anita. But Anita, on the other hand, is way too good on this game mode, on this map, because once you get her super out, the bird, which I'm gonna be renaming him as Brucio, he is quite good in order for her to have a shield, more like health, something that can protect you, but also something that can uh, run to brawlers, like discover them for you to kill them faster and easier. Sadly, on the start of this challenge, I faced one of the most difficult stuff that you can face. The worst map on solo showdown for this type of challenge. Island invasion. My biggest enemy, my biggest regret on this challenge. Playing on this map with brawlers that are not high DPS, such as Anita, even though the map changed, I was getting so much trophies with Anita because of charging the super, getting some cubes, getting to the middle because that's the safest part on Island Invasion. I ramped up, got some trophies. two new contendants in this challenge. The first one, Jessie, which I'm gonna rename her as Jessica. And I also got Poco. I was playing so good with Anita, but this map. And that El Primo. Wow, those were some real pain. Because even though I played so safely, I got my super, I tried to damage and all that. The Primo played a bit better than me and had way too much level for me. Level 7, level 8, I think he was. And now Brock, which I'm gonna be renaming him as Rock, because he's hard as a rock, and he's gonna be carrying this entire game and challenge. Oh, well, that was fast. Well, thanks Rock for your participation. Those 32 trophies are gonna come in handy. But that's it for you. See you on the next live. But now, one of my favorite and one of the best brawlers for this challenge. El Primo! Which I'm gonna be renaming him as Cousin because that's his translation. El Primo is key to this challenge because you can also get 150, 160 trophies and higher with him because of all the damage and all the survivability that he has. Once you have gotten like 3-4 power cubes, you have to charge your super, you could kill almost every brawler, you could survive, you could outskill your enemies. But I'm gonna be needing a little bit more of skill. I need a bit of luck also. And here is one of the best tricks that you can do with any brawler if you are trying this challenge. Once you've killed all of the brawlers, or you are on the last two on the showdown, because they are bots, they extreme of the map or on the left extreme of the map. That is a tip more of time consuming, like a better time, better movement, and making it a bit more interesting. So yeah, that's a bit of a great tip because sometimes you're gonna see in this video that I went straight to the right or straight to the left. That's the reason, because I analyzed and I made the conclusion. I got a new brawler, which is Bull, which is gonna be renamed as El Toro. But Cousin hasn't been eliminated yet, so I need to continue to grind. But it is gonna be way too difficult now because now I'm playing with real enemies. And hard it was. It was so difficult against Mortis with 6 power cubes. I could only get to 7 more trophies. But Cousin, we will remind you as one of the best. And what a Toro he was. He is also one of the best additions that I could have added to my roster of contendants, because how much damage he has, how much survivability he has by running away from danger with the super or by running into danger. It is so amazing how much this brawler changed the entire of this challenge. Playing with El Toro was so much fun also, because how much control you have over the entire game. Wow, that truly is impressive. But sometimes you need to be reminded that it's a challenge and you can die. And it is way too difficult sometimes to survive, but you need to play more patiently sometimes in order to have the best possible outcome. El Toro was my favorite brawler in this entire run. Being able to one-shot brawlers, so satisfying stuff. And also using your super and getting away from them, surviving, having another chance. And also using your super to run into those enemy brawlers that you can kill and that you can stun. It is so satisfying, to be honest. The most satisfying brawler and my favorite in this entire run. But some others are way better, but this one was my favorite. And as I've told you, getting more than 150 trophies is such incredible milestone. But sometimes you face like this Nita, with 6 power cubes, barely, because you are gonna barely see him on this game. On this video, we are gonna go with the next one, which is El Poco. But I'm gonna be naming him as Coco from the Pixar movie, which is reminded to my culture, Mexico. So yeah, Coco. And Coco was a great addition, even though sometimes I'm a bit harsh Coco on Poco in solo showdown games, he's way too hard to master because you get countered by every enemy brawler. If it's a bit aggressive, you are gonna die instantly. But I try to play the most intelligent because wow, it was such a grind playing with Poco, which makes some little damage. But Poco has some great abilities or some great things that you can really use at your advantage, such as the long range. You could be picking on brawlers, making them real weak with his healing super. Wow, that changes so much interaction sometimes, even though you have so little damage. You could really be picking on brawlers, be bothering them, getting them real low of HP, but being constant and getting your super. Wow, that changes everything sometimes. But even though he is one of the worst brawlers for solo showdown, I needed to do my best because I lost barely at 4 trophies, Brock at 32 trophies. So I needed to push the best I could because if I wanted to complete this challenge, I needed to do my best in every brawler, even though the odds are against me. But I was happily surprised by his develop and how much I pushed with him. I think it's the brother that surprised me the most in the best way because Coco, being able to survive all those things, making it past your enemy brawlers, even though they are bots, they could deal so much damage. And pushing him to until I could, the best I could, was so surprising good. But all good things must come to an end, and this was the end of Coco. When I faced that Unicorn Night Barley. Oof, I thought we were friends, but when you are a level 7 Barley. But now, on a happier note, we're gonna be playing with Jessica, which, even though at paper she doesn't seem that balanced, that great of a brawler for solo showdown, for 1v1 interactions, because of her low speed, low mobility of the ammo, and also her low HP. She might be seen as a bad brawler, but she has one of the best abilities for this challenge. The super is amazingly good, maybe not as good as Brucio from Anita, but being able to control a certain area with your turret that wastes enemies ammo, it's so amazing of an ability. Her ammo running towards the enemy brawlers, the enemy bots, or against those boxes makes it so interesting and quite fun to play with her because once you got the super, if you are like with 5-6 power cubes, you have also or almost reached your goal, which is winning. Once you have the turret down at the middle in these situations, makes it way easier and almost a safe way. Now the thing that changed everything was Scrappy, the turret from Jessica, which I'm gonna be renaming him as God tier turret because wow, changed so much of the interactions against Daryl. That Daryl, it was a bit closer sometimes. I got him real low HP sometimes, but the end wasn't there for Jessica. But now, a new challenger has arrived. Vo. I unlocked him, and I'm gonna be naming him as Eagle Rosa, which I'm gonna be naming her as Petunia, another great addition to the team because she has so much potential, and she was recently buffed and became one of the best tanks in all of the game. And I'm gonna be playing first with Petunia because she is a lower rarity brawler, and hopefully she is a great addition to the team, a great push on the trophies that I need to complete this challenge. Stay tuned to see how much better she is or not. Petunia was so great and it changed so much how I enjoyed playing with her, because even though I play with some great brawlers, I think that with her it was a safe spot, because the super of her I think is one of the most game-changing that have ever been played. Lola, it isn't as difficult as you may seem, but a level 6, level 7 Lola, it makes it way more difficult. And also getting pinched by a nanny, wow, that was truly devastating for me, because I thought I could get her higher. Unlocking Colt was real good, because he was the last rare brawler that I needed to unlock, and he's quite good, quite interesting, and I enjoy playing with him. But first of all, I gotta name him as Pew Pew Pew. Again, getting those early power cubes are game changing to the game, because once you have at least 3-4, you could defend yourself sometimes, and if you play good with your brawler, you are gonna safely get to 150 trophies, approximately. Colt, an amazing addition to the team, but all good things must come to an end, sadly, and it was Colt's idea. I pushed him so much, but sometimes you get pinched or you can't control that much of the situation, and you sadly die or lose. But now the next contender for this challenge is gonna be Dynamite, which I'm gonna be naming him as Old Mikey. And he's quite interesting because he's a thrower that we don't have good experiences with throwers, as you have seen with Burley, because they are so squishy, they depend so much on the walls. But I try to play my best, as I've been trying with all the brawlers. It was a bit harder because the damage, even though it's quite good with the super paired with the damage of their ammo, it is quite interesting to see how much you can push or how much you can enjoy it with them. But now one of my closest games with my old Mikey, Edgar middle, killed fast, but now Sam is coming down for me. Now I have a Colt on the left, a Carl on the right. Oof, so close that was, to be honest. I tried my best, I gladly and survived with old Mikey, but it was quite difficult, and yeah, it reminds you that if you die with him, you lose him, and that brawler has been eliminated. Hopefully I could survive longer with him. New background 1 week later, continuing the grinding. Yeah, Dynamite or Old Mikey, my friend, was real good. I really enjoyed playing with him, but it was a bit harder than other brawlers such as El Toro, Petunia, or Cousin. They were a bit easier because they were tanks and they have the ability to survive, and his comp is created by surviving and dealing tons of damage. So Mikey, old Mikey, is quite fond of it. The Fang on this game against that Nita, wow. Now the wild card or the Joker is gonna be released. Daryl. I think I pushed him to level 10 with both gears, the star power and the gadget. So that was so much, all my resources gone into that brawler, but that needed to be done because I need to secure more trophies. Even though Daryl is one of, I think, like top 2, top 3 best brawlers for this challenge because of the constant charge of the super, the ability to stun the enemy brawlers with the super, and getting also running away, surviving, but also killing, it's quite good. I needed to push him the fastest and highest I could. But I really thank you for everything, Daryl, which I'm gonna be naming you as Dar, because you are gonna give everything from you. But yeah, I was literally rolling with Dar, but believe me, it was way too hard when I lost Dar at 98 trophies. He had so much potential. But now I think that this is the worst tank at the moment in this situation that they are all level 1, and because of the super it doesn't get anything new in the game. It is just meh. But also the damage, the slow ramp up, the slow quality. Yeah, Jackie, the next contendant, which I'm gonna be call her. And wow, what a game it was when I played against that Nita. Oof, it was so close because she had so much power cubes, 7 power cubes, and then got 9. I good thing that she went to the smoke to get those last 2 power cubes, but she almost 3-shotted me. A level 1 Jakiel. Hopefully it was, even though it was real close, it got me a bit more confidence on how much the skill really depends on this type of games. When I faced a level 9, at least level 9 Penny, also with that bow mines, yeah, they just wrecked me. 3400 damage for a bow mine. The next contestant, Eagle, is right here, right now, with me. Wow. He is quite good, to be honest. Even though the first match was so close against that Lola. Wow, it is real close, and I really feared for my life with that situation. And next with that 8-bit, which was also so close. But I won that, and I really grateful for that to happen. Bo, or my friend Eagle, sorry, was quite fun to play with him because he is quite good sometimes. The DPS that you can get when you get the super and also the ammunition, the normal damage getting done, it's quite wonderful, and it changes so much on how much you enjoy playing with this game and these situations and game modes. But yeah, that match with Ems was quite close because yeah, Ems is one of the best brawlers for this type of games. I chose Ball rather than Ems because of the close-up situations. If you have a real close situation, one Ems against a Ball, the Ball is gonna win always because the Ems has great control when it's a bit longer range. But yeah, it was so close with the Ems. Well, it was like a final boss, but a real final boss. She was so difficult because she got me to so low HP, but I tried my best and I thankfully and gratefully won that game. But now I am at 170 trophies. It is going to be more difficult than ever to push the last trophies. Because in this next game, playing against this Edgar was quite amazing and a bit surprising because sometimes I think he had some lag or something like that because he stopped moving, and that gave me, I think he secretly gave me an opportunity to win, because if he didn't stop and didn't move, it would have been impossible to do those things. But yeah, surviving, killing that Edgar was quite amazing, and it was a bit surprising to see everything going as good as this was. We have Jackie, which I thought it was one of the worst brawlers, but her biggest strength is her high health, sorry. And yeah, it was a final boss facing against her in this situation because, well, it was quite surprising to see how But now another Edgar as a final boss. After grinding and grinding, again another Edgar. He's one of the best brawlers in this game mode and this challenge because of how much damage that he could get real easy. Next epic brawler, a new brawler has arrived. B, which I'm gonna be called as the abeja, which is in Spanish for bee. And the map has changed, so hopefully it is a better one. No, it isn't. It is Feast or Famine. Wow, it isn't as good of a map for abeja, but it's gonna be working for us because I need to complete this challenge as fast as I can after that 1 week waiting for the offer to disappear of Daryl. But yeah, abeja needs to be played on Feast or Famine, which is quite difficult. But yeah, once you get all those high power cubes, it is a bit easier to continue this grind and to win everything. But it gets a little stranger and harder at the moment because, yeah, this map isn't as good for her as others, and also you are surrounded by those enemy brawlers, and 2400 HP is so low because it changes everything on some situations. Having that low HP, it is quite sad because you can't do anything against those enemy brawlers in those things. But I thankfully got carried by my brawler because of all the damage that she can get when she has more power cubes and when she has a better development in it. $1,967 trophies, we have the next situation. We're gonna unlock a new brawler, and the first chromatic brawler I will be unlocking on this challenge. The first one, Surge. Yeah, well, that was real bad, losing abeja at 58 trophies. But now another tip with Surge, it is, I think, real close to what happened with Cousin or El Primo, because once you have your super, you use it, you stun your enemy, you charge another super, and you continue if they have so much HP. But yeah, it was quite good. Surge, it changed everything in this challenge because it was way too easy, to be honest, and it was so close than ever, the 2000 trophy mark, which I think I'm gonna get it done. And yeah, I got it done. 2000 trophies. I completed the challenge, but I wanted to see how far I can really get. And now, 500 more chroma credits. I unlocked Ruffs, which I think is one of the better in this type of situations. But hopefully I could get to maybe 2250 trophies, maybe 2500. You need to stay tuned to see until what point I got it done. Oh, and I remembered, I haven't named Surge or Coroner Ruffs yet. So I'm gonna name Surge as the hero. And I'm gonna be naming Coroner Ruffs as woof woof, like a dog. That's funny. Sadly, after all this time with Search, everything needs to be done, and I played my best. I grinded the best, 168 trophies, because of that Edgar. Yeah, that Edgar. My plan was ruined by him, but I pushed way too good with him. I enjoyed it tons. And everything, even though it took like hours and hours and days of grinding and playing, it was quite fun. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, guys. My most impressive video that I have done so far. 30 minutes of content, which more than 30 minutes of content, which were all quite good, and I reduced the gameplay the most in order for you to do your honors, the best entertainment stuff. So hopefully you enjoyed, guys, and please, if you did, make sure and you stayed tuned until here, please comment something, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'm really thankful